And you know what? Fucking dick. Hello, we are the Wisest Wizards. I'm Coffee Doug.
Ryan Pancake Hat.
And this is going to be the second weekend in October. We are going to be reviewing a scary movie, and this week, the most fun you'll ever have being scared, Creepshow, Part 1. Written by Stephen King, directed by George A. Romero, Night of the Living Dead fame. And it's one of the best horror anthologies that you'll ever watch, in my opinion. It's a horror anthology. Correct? Pancake?
Correct. Coffee Doug.
Okay, first off, some of the stars in this film, Ed Harris.
Leslie Nielsen,
that's right. Ted Danson makes an appearance.
That's what I was going to say.
So, just some classic stars in this, and you've got...
Ted Danson.
5 short stories, and there is an overall story going on, obviously presenting the films. It's there is live action, there's animation, there's comedy, there's horror, there's mystery. It's got it all, man. It's just one of the best. Basically, the 5 stories, they don't intertwine. It's 5 separate stories.
True.
But the first one we'll talk about, it's called Father's Day.
Okay.
Okay. And that is the story of a woman going to revisit her past. Her family's having a somewhat reunion.
It's Father's Day.
It's Father's Day.
And
Daddy's not happy.
He wants his cake.
We don't want to give away too much. See, JM85 said to talk about each one. I kind of disagree in that I don't want to give too much away about each one. But we'll give a little synopsis about the rest of them real quick. Something to Tide You Over. That has who in it?
Leslie Nielsen, a bad guy?
And Ted Danson.
A good guy?
Very creepy, very well put together. It's just the two of them, pretty much the whole story, back and forth dialogue.
I actually had it. It's a jealous lover story, and what happens. You don't mess with Leslie Nielsen. Basically.
That's right. Yes, very, very good. Very well acted. And the thing about this one, not only is the acting great between Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen, but the situation that they're put into. Ted Danson is buried up to only his head in the sand. So his head is just sticking out of the sand, and the tide is coming in. So it's like, what's going on in his mind? How the fuck is he going to get out of this situation? And what's Leslie Nielsen doing? He's watching it all on videotape and having a drink and really enjoying the torture that he's putting this poor man through. All over jealousy issues.
He's got a gun, but he doesn't say it in this movie, which is one of my favorite lines.
Let's talk about this movie.
I've got a gun. Not here, but I've got one.
Very well scripted, very well acted, and it does build the tension the whole way through. It really does.
How do I like that?
What about the Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill? Who's in that? Who's the main guy?
Stephen King?
Stephen King. Now, he makes cameos in almost all of his movies, as most of you know, but he was acting in this. This was
he plays a lunkhead.
A lunkhead, and he is really good. He plays this, like, kind of backwoods hillbilly or whatever, and a meteorite crashes, and shit starts happening with him.
Yeah.
It's very creepy, too, in the way that it's filmed, and the camera jumps, like, it does the close-ups to your face, and it's just like, ugh, just right there. And he goes, this one scared me a lot as a kid. I'll talk about that in a minute, scaring me. Okay, and then The Crate.
The Crate. I actually enjoyed that one probably the most, even though I did like Leslie Nielsen. But The Crate, let's just say, there's a monster.
It's the one with the monster, yeah.
I know, there's a monster, there's a school, and there's a husband who just wants to get out of his marriage. That's
all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. And his fantasies about what he does to his wife, those make me laugh so much. Not a thing, Billy!
Good. I think his name's Hal Holbrook. Great actor. And the thing about The Crate, a lot of people would be interested in knowing that hasn't been in a printed book in like 30 years. Like any of Stephen King's short stories or whatever. It's coming back this year in something Shivers, which I've never read, but it's the 6th Shivers in the series. And it's just horror anthology books, but the story is actually going to be in that. So
I think isn't that a series where everybody gets stabbed?
I don't know.
By prison shanks? Shiv them?
And the last one is They're Creeping Up On You. which is an obsessive compulsive guy, and he's got to deal with bugs.
Yeah.
Bugs. That bug just almost flew in your face. I saved your life. So those are the basic stories of it. Creepshow is. There's two versions. This is the version JM85 got for $5 at Walmart or somewhere.
Probably still there.
The version that I found, I want to say I actually found it at Target for like 6 or 7, but it's got 4 movies on it. And if you count that Creepshow has 5 movies, and then you've got Dolores Claiborne and Dreamcatcher, all Stephen King. It's 4 favorites by Stephen King. And then Cat's Eye, which has 3 stories.
That's a lot.
Like, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? That's 10 movies right here. 10 little movies.
10 stories.
10 stories. But I like this version only because there's more for your money, but this is a cooler collector's version, actually. And then you got Stephen King in on the case there. But Creepshow was based on the EC comics of the 1950s, horror comics, which are making a huge comeback right now. A lot of people are reading those and getting into horror anthologies again.
Hey, we need to, revisit the past.
Now, do you feel like that is a good thing to watch around Halloween, Creepshow, as far as, like, getting scared?
Getting scared? I don't watch anything outside the norm. And by norm for me, it's like, what am I going to watch today? Oh, Labyrinth again? Which is actually a fantastic movie. But, like, what did I watch? Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 the other day. Really,
Do you think it's a good horror film for Halloween?
No. Oh, but I did want to tell you. Do you remember the little story in the beginning about with the kid and his dad?
Yeah, that's Stephen King's son in real life.
Really? Well,
yes.
The dad, he's actually Michael Hunsaker in the first Lethal Weapon movie.
Oh, okay.
And he has a mustache in the Lethal Weapon, which I think he looks better with, and then as opposed to no mustache.
Michael Hunsaker.
You know what? For the life of me, I couldn't think of his name. And, like, I sat there on the couch for, like, half an hour until I was like, you could go back there and just watch it. But I was like, you can do it.
Alright, Creepshow is rated R. It runs about 2 hours. It is came out in, like, 1982. This movie is one of the first movies I ever remember watching. I went to my aunt's house as a kid, and she rented Creepshow. And it scared the shit out of me. But I do remember always wanting to watch it when I went over there. She had it on video. And I always wanted to watch it over and over again, even though it scared me so bad. And honest to God, when I watch it now, because I was so scared as a kid watching it, it still scares me, even though it's not going to scare you if it's your first time watching it. I'll already tell you that. It's very cheesy. The makeup is just hilarious. But it's awesome. It's got that classic feel to it. And I really feel like anybody that's a horror fan or Halloween fan needs to watch Creepshow. I'm a big horror anthology person.
You're still scared of that?
Yeah. When the guy crawls out of the cemetery and... Ugh.
Change your panties, dude.
Yeah. But when the girl... Oh, yeah. Just zombies in the window.
Panties.
Alright. We definitely recommend Creepshow. Next week, we're going to be reviewing Creepshow 2. Please watch this film. You can find it in a million different places. It's all over the place. We want to know what you think of it. Let us know your favorite story or other horror anthologies. I would love recommendations on those because I try to watch those all the time. Subscribe, rate our videos, watch the other Rough Cutters, check out our channel, Wisest Wizards.
Look at me not saying a damn thing. I can't wait for some guy to comment, Pancake Cat doesn't do anything in the reviews.